So here it is. This is what we're starting with. We've got the motor all out. I'm gonna go ahead and start disassembling it. We gotta take all of the coolant stuff off. I'm gonna take the starter off, the water pump. All this apparatus is gonna come off. So let's see what we can find inside. My goal today is to at least get it down to a bare long or a bare short block, so that we have the head off and everything, and we can clean up stuff and just kind of see what's going on inside the motor. So let's start getting her apart. All right, so we've got the little parts off of it. Now we're gonna go ahead and start to get the cover off so that we can get down to the timing chain, and then we can release the head. All right, so we've got the basic stuff completely off of the motor now. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the cams loose so that we can get the head off of it. And then we'll get to be able to see what's going on inside the motor. I'm really curious because, like I showed you, it had decent compression. It wasn't like it was totally gone. And the motor did run. It just smoked horribly. So let's go ahead and take loose all of the stuff for the cam. I verified cam timing. The timing is still good, so that wasn't an issue at all. And now I'm just going to take the cams out so that we can get this head bare, get it off, and we're going to send it out to get some work done. So let's get that going. Okay, so the cams are out. You can see here, cam's in good shape. There's no problems on the camshaft, so the top end seems to be in decent shape. We're gonna go ahead and pull the rest of the stuff out, get the keepers out, get everything ready so I can unbolt the head now. Cams are out, all of the associated shims and buckets are out as well. Head bolts are out, so I'm going to go ahead and knock the head loose and let's pull it off. Okay, inside of the head looks pretty good. You can see there's a lot of water because I pressure cleaned it and got water in there, but the valves themselves don't look like they've touched anything. They're kind of cruddy as expected, but nothing bad. So this head's definitely most likely still good. I have to check the straightness, but I think it's a keeper. So we'll go ahead and clean this off a little bit, and we're gonna send this off. Inside of the pistons look pretty good as well. I don't see anything going on the tops of the pistons, rather. No marks, no signs of anything there. So I'm gonna pull the cylinder here off, cylinders I should say, off, and then that will give us a better idea of what's going on with the rings. So far so good. Okay, so there is some scoring, there's some scratches on the bore. I'm going to clean this off a little better to get a better look at it, but I can feel with my nail, I can feel some scratches. So for sure, this is probably unusable or would need to be completely rehoned in order to be reused. And I believe these are coated, so it wouldn't be a good idea to rehone this. So, regardless, I think that we've found some of the issue, the smoking issue at least. And I've also found something significant here. So, this piston, which, like I said, looks okay, but we're not going to be reusing them anyway. You can see the rings are all in one piece. I don't see anything missing. Gaps look okay there. The oil ring is still in place, but there is a lot of scuffing on the side here on this piston, and there's a lot of slop in this rod bearing. You can see it. So that's definitely a problem. That signifies to me that this thing was starved for oil and or just wore out completely. So good thing we're taking it apart, because we're going to be replacing all that. So the next step, I need to get a flywheel puller that's on the way. That's going to help me take that big flywheel off. And once we take that flywheel off, I can separate. Well, I might be able to actually separate it with that still intact. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I got a flywheel puller coming for it, and that way we can actually take that flywheel off and get to that bottom end, and we're going to replace all that stuff. So that's the smoking gun in this case, and that's pretty much what I was hoping to find, not hoping to find, whatever you want to call it. And it answers all of the questions. So on to the next stage of the build. When that gets here, we'll take the flywheel off and we'll begin to prep to put new parts in. And I'll also show you new parts when they get here. So hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a basic teardown of the 900 XP.
I think someone was trying to do the old stain in the oil trick, get it nice and polished.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't think this is good.
No, it's got a lot of rod play. So you can feel the up and down. It's crazy.
This one's not that bad. This one's real bad.
That one's horrible, yeah.
Rings look good though.
Yep. Yeah, everything else looks pretty decent. There's a little bit of scuffing on here, but yeah. Anyway, on to the next stage. So my camera battery died, so I'm doing this on my phone now. But I just wanted to discuss another hot topic that's going on. Been getting a lot of texts and messages about the C8 Corvette. So let's dig into that for a minute. I'll be the first person out of this little group to discuss it. I actually like the car. About six years ago or so, I went to the Pirelli World Challenge, and it was over in Circuits of the Americas at COTA, and I saw what I believed was a prototypical version of what you see now coming out. And it turns out that was probably what it was. It was a mid-engine endurance car. And it signified to me that Corvette was making a conscious effort towards a mid-engine car, finally. And that has now developed into what you see today, the C8. It's a 495 horsepower, mid-engine, DCT. That's the other thing too. It's a DCT tranny car. And what's cool about the DCT thing is I also saw a patent for a DCT transmission by GM back then as well. And I started telling everybody, I told all my friends, everyone, I'm like, man, Corvette, the next Corvette's gonna be awesome. And that was when the C6 was out. And then when the C7 came out, it still was front engine, still had a slush box. I wasn't too impressed. And I thought, well, maybe they're right. Maybe I was wrong. But now, with the C8 out, I can tell you it's finally the real deal. And I'm actually contemplating maybe even getting one. It really looks cool. We'll see. I'd like to go to the dealership when they come out maybe and just check one out, or if any of our customers or friends gets one, I'll definitely have to drive it and see what it's like, because this is a really impressive leap of faith in technology and design for Corvette. They've completely departed from their typical design, And the last mid-engine Corvette design I remember seeing was the 4-rotor, which was obviously a failed attempt, but really cool, regardless, to have a rotary-powered Corvette. But this thing is definitely going to do business. It's priced at $60,000, which I think is really affordable considering what you're getting technology and performance-wise. They're saying 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. I believe it. And I think that this car, people are starting to compare it only because the two cars are coming out at the same time. People are starting to compare it to the new Supra or the A90 or the AKA BMW Z4 wannabe. Either way, I am not as on board for the Supra. I am excited to see a performance car come out no matter what. And I think that the A90 is definitely going to fill a need in the market. But this C8 Corvette is going to absolutely destroy it outside of any other realm. So I want to see how this C8 comes out. I'm really excited. I've been watching videos online, and I think it's honestly the most exciting American car I've seen in a while. I liked the Ford, the GT 500. I like that one's coming out. I really was into the GT 350R as well, but this car is something special because they're just completely redesigning the car. Don't know how I like the taillights, and you know, it's not Corvette, it's not the typical round stuff. I love round taillights, but still cool. So we'll keep our eyes open on that. The interior looks awesome. I love that driver-focused cockpit look. That reminds me of it actually reminds me of the Supra or the FDRX7. The A90 doesn't have that. It's nothing close. And I don't think that many cars have gone that way. So real exciting car. Can't wait to get my hands on one and play around. I know they're going to do well. I'm suspecting a twin turbo model to come out soon after that. Maybe in the next year or in a ZR1 iteration or something of that nature. Because the way they have the engine laid out, it is very easy to visualize two turbos in that engine bay. So if they don't do it themselves, I know there's going to be a turbo kit lickety split as soon as that car comes out. So stay tuned for that. I'm ready to see that. Let me know what you guys think. You think this car is going to be hot or not? We'll see you guys in the next one.